Hey, you guys. Okay, so I have a busy day. My grandparents are actually staying with us, well, a couple houses down because of the wildfires. So it's just intense. I've been like juggling this between a move, just like unpacking this. Like it's been a juggle. But my enrollments are actually like, I think I'm 14 enrollments so far this month, and we're on the 20th. So I'm aiming for 20 enrollments this month. So we've got the rest of I'm actually aiming for one a day for the rest of the month. But my point is like, I'm really just like back to the basics, okay? Like, so I'm like, I got to do this in amongst the schedule, right? Here's the thing. We are moving into back to school, okay? And I am talking about that with people. I just had this conversation with somebody and they're like, I'm too busy right now. I got stuff going on. And I'm like, no worries. Like, this is the part that made me remember the connect I made from like how to enroll in DT, right? And I started to realize that people are coming in and it's up to them to like really run with this. Like we become like the cheerleaders and guides, right? But the real thing is like showing up to the Zooms, going through Diamond Tribe, listening to leaders, watching leaders do, replicating what leaders are telling you to do, implementing it. Like these are all things that like make you somebody who's going to be able to do this thing and turn it into a sale, right? And then I started realizing, I'm like, man, like what people need from me is they need me to be the confident one, right? I was trying to find what's the difference? Like, how do people take somebody from going, I don't have money for this, it's not in my future right now, I'm in all these different versions of I'm scared, and make them see that this is the better option, right? I had to work on my belief. That was a huge one. So make sure that you believe in what you're talking about, right? Find the things that you believe about, right? I believe in my heart of hearts that when somebody goes and gets hired for $16 an hour, they are worth more and they can do something like this and own their time. Think of how many potentials there are in the world when I just focus on that group of people, right? I love adding people in the job section that have a low paying job who need this. I believe they deserve more and they need me to come along and tell them that. You know what I mean? Like there's just such a group of people who just like, I was like, how do I make them see? And the thing is like, it was confidence and belief. So what I was just saying to somebody right now, they were like, I'm busy. No, what did they say? They wanted to do it. They got the price. They asked about the kit. They've showed me every sign that they're a yes. Okay. So when I say people say no, you can tell if they're a no. If they're only singing the tune no, they're a no. But if they're singing the tune of asking all the questions a potential would ever ask, and then they're a no, that person's in denial, okay? They're a yes, okay? And so how do you get them to see and know that you're valuable enough to spend your money with? You just got to be confident. You just got to be confident. You got to realize that when this thing gets to a certain size, that it becomes about being such a cheerleader for those and inspiring them, because you're never going to be able to run dragging anybody. You're never going to be able to run carrying, and like, you know what I mean? Like you truly realize, okay, actually I should just be finding people who, not anybody who has a heartbeat, people who want to do this with me, right? So we're not trying to convince people, you know, who are no's, but we're looking for people who we know are yeses and need us to be that confident person for them that follows up, right? That's a huge one. Follow up. What does that say about somebody? It says, I believe in you enough to come back to you and say this to you again. And also, I'm confident enough to say my message again. And guess what? When I come back next time, you're going to hear me say my message again. And at the end of that, you're going to believe that I believe, and we're going to believe together. That's the like engine you're trying to feed, right? It's a vibe, okay? And it's a vibe of, you better be coming with me, girl, because I'm showing everybody what to do and we're going, right? And you don't have to say it. It's just a vibe, right? And when somebody tells me, the whole reason why I went off on this tangent was because, you know, she says, I have so much going on right now. And I said, absolutely no. She said, tell me when the next promotion is. I said, oh, I might see this one more time before Christmas, but you don't want to do that. You want to get in now. Such a good time to get in. You want to get in before back to school if you can. I'm being her friend when I say that. Like, how rude would you be if you had your bestie in front of you and she's struggling and she's asking you all the questions about your business? She's showing you she wants it. She's interested, da 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 da. And then at the point of you explaining to her, making sure she understands, that last point where you just look at her and say, I promise I'm telling the truth. Like, that's the point that you are trying to create with a stranger. You are trying to get them to see that they can trust you. Right? And why is it so bad for our businesses when we change our tune like that? We stop saying what we've been saying. We fall off. We change companies. We do all these things. That's why that doesn't work, because that is what you're trying to create with strangers, is that trust that you're always going to be there singing that tune, and that you're always going to be there saying, I'm here to help you. Right? Like, because we're coming to where they're at with their problem. And we're saying to them, no, I'm going to be here to help you. What is the problem? Let's work through it. Okay, you got a lot going on. Okay, great. Let me just make sure that you know we got a lot going on too. We want to get you in there before school, back to school if we can. Right? Right? You don't want to be at the end of a wave. You want to be at the beginning of a wave. And you want to be friends with this stranger who you're letting know, just so you know, I'll be here if that's what works for you, but what you're saying with this next sentence screams confidence and stability and longevity. It's just that being there for them, but letting them know the real ish about what's going on. Yes, but you just want to get back. You just want to get in there before back to school if you can. Right? You can't afford it, girl. Me too. I never had money for extras. Is there anybody who's maybe willing to help you get started? I'm confident enough to tell them to ask another person for help. Screams confidence, right? Another thing, you can be like, okay, no worries. You know what? I definitely would save up. Like, set yourself up for that next contact. Like, set yourself up for knowing that you're coming back. But why? Because you're going to be here singing the same tune. And that's how you do the DTs. That's how you do the DTs. And then you pump the numbers. Right? Because we can't decide for somebody when it's their time. All we can do is show a level of confidence and support. And again, like longevity, that we're going to be here when they make the decision to say yes. But in that moment, like, we're also already like grouped. We've already collected a bunch of people when they say yes. Right? Because then you pump the numbers. And that's why using the Make Money From Home group is so important. So then you're just like, okay, I'm going to sing the same tune like a canary to as many people as I can. And then you're going to find 1 in 10 or whatever it is, right? But when they say to you their objection, the key is to still believe in what you're saying and find the next contact date, right? Whatever it is, whatever the outcome is, if it's a no and it's not right now, it's okay, great. Is there a better time to check in? Or you just know that you're going to check in and you write it in your calendar for like a month or whatever it is away. Okay. I hope this is helpful. This is how I do it. I truly believe in what I do. And I think that we complicate it with all of our extras and bells and whistles. What it is what we do, right? Everyone's doing it together. We do it as a family and we're going. And everyone should come with, because it's not complicated. We just sell products as a team, right? We're creating a sales force, which every company sets out to do. We get to do it quickly. So I'm excited, and okay, I gotta go to my grandpa's.